Hey, what's up guys? My name is Brian. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm talking about urges, all right? And why your urges are lying to you and you must not obey them, all right? Most men nowadays, they just feel emotions throughout the day. They feel urges and they act on them instantly. They don't even question it. They just feel an urge, they act on it, and the urges completely control their life. Think about it. Throughout the day, you have multiple urges, whether that be the urge to check your phone, the urge to text that girl that you said you weren't going to text, the urge to scroll first thing in the morning, the urge to scroll right before going to bed at night, okay, the urge to watch porn when you said you weren't going to watch porn. You have these urges throughout the day, and most men just blindly comply with them. They get that feeling, they get that sensation, and they just obey. And what most people don't realize is that urges are nothing more than just a sensation that you get in your body. That's it. It's just a sensation that you feel throughout the day. It does not necessarily mean that you must act on it. All right, if you act on every single urge, it's no wonder that you're going in circles, staying stuck, and not really making any progress in your life, all right? You will get to that next level that you need to get to once you resist those urges, all right? The urge to eat that food that you said you weren't going to eat. If you can just sit with that urge, sit with that sensation for 10 minutes, you'll realize a couple of things. Number one, that the urge is not as strong as you think it is, all right? A lot of these urges, they come and go in waves, all right? They'll only last about 10 minutes, 20 minutes maximum. All right, so matter of fact, practice that. Next time you get the urge to do anything, all right? The next time you get the urge to scroll on your phone, let's just say, sit with that urge, sit with that sensation, and just observe it, all right? Let 5 minutes go by and see what happens, all right? You're gonna notice after 5 minutes that urge is still there, all right? Wait 10 minutes. You're gonna notice that urge is still there, but it's a little bit lower this time. Wait 15 minutes. The urge is still going to be there, but it's not going to be as strong. 20 minutes go by, 30 minutes go by, you're going to realize that you forgot about it and you can move on with your day without having acted on that urge. Okay? Absolutely crucial that you can just realize these thoughts, realize these urges, sit with them, and not act on them. And you're going to slip up. I know I do. It's not often that I do nowadays because now I realize urges for what they are. They're just a sensation. I don't have to act on them. Matter of fact, when I don't act on them, it just reinforces in my mind that I am in control of my body. And that's the best feeling you can get as a man, when you are just in such control of your own life. For me, that's like one of the top 10 feelings. So I encourage myself to get urges, all right? I just don't act on them. So next time I get an urge, I'll just sit with it, observe it, and not act on it. I'm going to tell you a story, because the last time this happened to me was actually earlier this week. Pretty much what happened was every Wednesday, okay, every Wednesday I go on a 24-hour fast. There's a lot of health benefits to fasting, a lot of mental benefits to fasting, and I'm going to get into that in a separate video. But for now, just understand that every Wednesday, I go on a 24-hour fast. I do not eat any food on Wednesdays. And I've been doing that for a few months, and I'm usually very solid on it. But for whatever reason, this past Wednesday, I was in an area of town that I don't normally frequent, and I don't know what came over me, why I had this urge to eat food. I pretty much passed by a burger joint that I've not been to in a very long time. I never think about it. I never crave it. But, it was later in the day and I'm pretty hungry at this point. And for whatever reason, I don't know if I was having a bad day or what was going on, but for whatever reason, I had this urge to stop in the burger joint and get some food. And normally I'm pretty strong-willed and I'll just, ignore that thought. I mean, I don't eat on Wednesdays. It's just a rule that I have. I do not eat on Wednesdays. but I just could not shake this urge for some reason. I couldn't. So I was like, all right, let me just look at the menu on my phone. Let me just entertain the idea for 2 seconds. Let me just look at the menu. The menu was looking pretty good. And I was like sitting in my car thinking about it, and I was, you know what? I pretty much just said, fuck it. And that is the most dangerous place that you can be in as a man, when you just get that urge to say, fuck it. And your goals go completely out the window. You abandon your mission, abort mission, and you comply with your urges. All right, you negotiate with your urges, you end up complying, and that is the worst feeling ever. All right, to be fair, I went into the burger joint, truth be told, got a burger, got some fries. It tasted good, but it was not worth the regret that I felt after. I felt less of a man over a simple burger. All right, this is a very simple example, but it could be with any goal that you have. If you said you weren't going to be drinking for 30 days and on day 20 you relapse and you have this urge to drink and you're not able to control it and you drink, man, you're going to feel like shit. It doesn't matter how good the alcohol tastes, how much fun the night is, you are going to feel like shit because you went against your morals. You went against what you said you were going to do to yourself. And if you cannot hold your word to yourself as a man, that is such a heartbreaking feeling. It really is. And, you know, it'll take a few times for you to go through that, for you to really realize and really understand it and really feel that pain of just not listening to your better judgment and acting out of impulse to your urges. After a couple of times of feeling that shit feeling, you'll realize that it's just never worth it. It's never worth it. So when you have a goal in mind, when you have a plan in mind, you've got to stick to it no matter what the urges are. All right. So next time, I'm going to wrap up the video right here, but next time you feel that urge, I want you to sit with it for 15 to 30 minutes and just observe it. All right. Take every 5 minutes and just realize, all right, 5 minutes down, I have the urge, but it's not as strong. 15 minutes down, I almost forgot about the urge. 20 minutes in, the urge is out of my mind. And you'll realize these urges come in waves, and you'll get better at realizing that and being able to shut down the urge. The next thing I want you to do is train your mind to get physical and get active immediately. So if you have that urge to, you know, eat that food that you said you weren't going to eat, drop down 50 push-ups right then and there. And every time you get that urge, just drop down and get physical. All right. You will train yourself to fight your urges. You're still going to get urges. Don't think that the urges are never going to appear in your life. You'll get urges. You just won't act on them. And that is when you start leveling up in life. When you can actually just put the urges into the back seat, not act on them, man, your life starts changing instantly. All right, try this. All right, do not fight the urges. Encourage the urges, but do not act on them. You will level up as a man, and your life's gonna get better. All right, that's the video for today. Check in tomorrow. I got another one coming for you. All right, I'll see you when I see you.